From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy. Immigration Minister Mark Miller is insisting the long-held consensus on immigration in Canada is under threat, but has not disappeared. Miller and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced plans to slash Canada's immigration targets by 20% next year and will continue reducing them until 2027. Miller says Canada is now in a different place than it was 1 year ago, with the reduction acknowledging that change. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre has blamed the shift on mismanagement of the immigration file. Foreign Affairs Minister Mélanie Joly is calling on the international community to stand behind the transition process for Haiti's new governing council. She says Canada strongly condemns the new surge of horrifying violence, which she says is politically motivated to halt the council's implementation. Gang violence in the Caribbean nation has increased in recent weeks, with the UN reporting 85% of the capital city Port-au-Prince is now under gang control. Some Ontario grocery stores say a new bottle return requirements that were sprung on them a week before they were set to take effect may make it impossible to participate in the new expansion of alcohol sales. Canadian Federation of Independent Grocers member Gary Sands says smaller retailers will not have the kind of space needed to collect bottles, cans, and packaging, sort them in the way that larger chains might.
What they've done here is they're just favoring Bay Street grocers over Main Street grocers. And this is a betrayal of a commitment that the Premier made to us.
A Retail Council of Canada spokesperson says they're also questioning the feasibility of the system. Ottawa police are labeling the stabbing death near Ottawa's South End a femicide. That's a term used to describe misogynistic killing of women and girls because of their gender, overwhelmingly committed by men. 36-year-old Fisha Takeley of Montreal has been charged with a first-degree murder in the stabbing of a woman yesterday in front of her 2 children. Takeley allegedly had a domestic relationship with one of the woman's family members. Witnesses to the stabbing tried to provide aid to the woman before she died, giving police the description of the man and his vehicle before his arrest. U.S. President Joe Biden says the sin of a government-run boarding school system for decades forcibly separating Native American children from their parents is a, quote, blot on American history in his first visit to Native country. Biden detailed how his policies have sought to support Native Americans with jobs and new infrastructure while speaking.
The federal government has never formally apologized for what happened until today. I formally apologize as President of the United States of America for what we did. I formally apologize.
Democrats hope Biden's visit to Gila River Indian Community's reservation in Arizona will provide a boost to U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris's turnout effort in the key battleground state. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the World Series begins tonight in Los Angeles as the National League champion Dodgers welcome the American League's New York Yankees. The Bronx Bombers have won the most World Series championships with 27, though their last title came back in 2009. The Ottawa Senators are in Las Vegas to take on the Golden Knights in NHL action today. Ottawa has won 3 of its last 4 games and is coming off a 4-0 shutout of Utah on Tuesday. The final week of the CFL regular season kicks off with a pair of games. The Ottawa Red Blacks host the Hamilton Tiger Cats before the Edmonton Elks welcome the Toronto Argonauts. Toronto Raptors are hosting Philadelphia's 76ers in NBA action. Both teams are coming off season-opening losses and have several key players missing. Sixers All-Star Joel Embiid and Paul George will sit out with knee injuries. Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, and Jacoby Walter are confirmed out, with RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley not expected to play for the Raptors. From the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.